Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'll be reviewing Croak by Gina Damico. This was published in 2012 by Graphia, a division of Houghton Mifflin Company. The book follows the story of 16-year-old Lex Bartleby, and she's kind of out of control. Her wild behavior, her constant fights are driving her parents and her twin sister Cordy nuts. And she's nearly gotten expelled on several occasions. And her parents finally decide that perhaps the summer working on her Uncle Mort's farm might kind of straighten her out. So they decide to ship her off to upstate New York to his farm. Only Lex finds out that her uncle isn't quite the farmer her parents believe him to be, and the town of Croak isn't quite the town they expect. Seems her Uncle Mort is a Grim Reaper, and he's going to be showing her the family business. In fact, everyone in Croak is a Grim Reaper. And it's a very interesting town. There's some quaint little place names. In fact, there's a little map. It's a tree-shaped weird drawing of a map on the inside of the book. There's a flower shop called Pushing Up Daisies, a mattress shop called The Big Sleep. There's even sort of a nightclub for the kids to hang out at called Corpses, where they drink Yorick's, sort of a alcoholic drink made out of elixir that they serve in skulls, as in, you know, Hamlet, alas, poor Yorick. Lots of quaint little things in here. The book is, it basically follows her training as a junior reaper, and she's introduced to Driggs, who will be her partner. Reapers work in pairs of two. You have a killer, which is the person that removes the soul from the deceased body, and then a culler is a person who collects the body, collects the soul rather, for transport to the next world. And Lex is a killer, and Driggs is going to be the culler in this group. The two butt heads immediately. I like Driggs. He was a very interesting character, an Oreo-loving, drum-banging kind of guy. He's on one visit to Alex's parents' house, he's looking out the bus window like a little kid in a candy shop. He's like so amazed by everything in the outside world, like he's been in Croak for so long. But the two don't get along too well, basically because whatever's bothering Lex, whatever anger has built up in her all of a sudden is just constantly, you know, like I said, butting heads with everybody, including her Uncle Mort. He's a no-nonsense kind of guy. When he says he wants to show her something, come with me, and she says no, she's not going to go. He doesn't care. He takes her, throws her over her shoulder, and carries her all the way until the blood's rushing to her head and she's ready to pass out. Yeah, it's a lot of great characters in here. We meet a lot of the other Junior Reapers in the group. It's a bit slower paced as we go through the story. It's not a super fast action kind of book in any way, but I didn't mind that. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed meeting the different characters and watching Lex as she learns to be this killer Grim Reaper. It seems she's quite adept at it for a Junior Reaper as well, which is kind of surprising to a lot of the people. Most people on their first training mission need help in removing the soul the first time, but with Lex it's one touch and boom, done, completed, and her partner Driggs is a little surprised as well. During the course of the story, they start to come across some unusual deaths, and that's where the story kind of takes a bit of a darker turn. There's some mysterious murder out there, and a lot of these deaths are unknown. They can't tell how they were caused. So that's where the major plot line kind of continues from there, and the very end, towards the end of this book, takes an even darker turn I was not expecting. Quite shocking for Lex herself. So I'm interested to see where the sequel continues from this story. I don't think it'll be quite as light and humorous as the first part of this book was. I like this little blurb at the top. It's by Adam Rex, the author of Fat Vampire, and it describes the book really well. It says, "Go ahead and die laughing, knowing that the safe transport of your mortal soul will be the summer job of a sweetheart teen with godlike power and discipline problems." This cover I'm just loving this cover. It's got a really reflective mirrored surface. I like the lettering style. It almost matches my shirt too. With the little kind of skull in there for Croak. And a nice spine and everything. And the image of Lex on the cover is exactly as she's described in the book. Wearing a black hoodie, this snarky kind of attitude on her face. This is the scythe that they use in their job as a reaper. But I really, really enjoyed it. I definitely recommend it. I'm really curious to see, like I said, if the story in the continuation is going to be kind of on that darker path, or if they'll still have some of that humor, which I did enjoy. I hope the character sort of remains the same, but we'll see. I definitely recommend picking this up. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.